What's going on, folks? Fight Day live chat. Maybe even have to call it Fight Morning live chat. UFC London card kicks off in just under 2 hours. Nothing gets me more psyched. Oh, I got a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Nothing gets me more jacked up than afternoon fights or morning fights. It's always great to just get them out of the way rather than having to wake up and, you know, wait the whole goddamn day for the card to start because there's always that long anticipation period from the moment you wake up and like 6 or 7 o'clock a little bit later. So I love it. I love, you know, the card starting within mere hours of me waking up. I was up pretty late last night, especially if anybody's on the Patreon. You'll see me having released the UFC 277 best bets and props article. I got 5 of 13 matchups done already. I'm hoping that I can tackle the rest of them by tomorrow so that I can drop the MMA Logcast finally on the day that I've always been wanting to drop it, which is Mondays. Go back to the pre-recording style version of it as well. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to doing that. Um, it's been a long time since I've been able to drop it on a Monday with supreme confidence, and I feel like now I'll be able to do that and then just stick with it. And another thing that I wanted to do moving forward now is daily streams. So obviously, you guys know I have my propping you up show that I do on Thursdays with Cody. That's on the All Star. Fridays I have my Ultimate Wayne show, which is on my channel, and then Saturdays I have the Fight Day live chat, which is right here. But I pretty much want to add a live stream every day to my stream or my channel, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday, given that the prop and you up show is no longer on my channel, right? That was a big one for me in terms of being able to get views and minutes and likes and subscribes and all that stuff. The prop and you up show was a huge part of that. But since that has been removed from my channel and gone over to the All Star, I want to fill that void. And the best way to fill that void, I think, is just continue to build a strong community, continue to build a community that people know that they can just come back to this channel. I'm thinking I'm going to drop something called Lock Talk and just have, an hour where I just chop it up with the live chat about any and everything, right? Have no format, just talk to the live chat. And I think if I can do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's more than enough content for you guys to be um, satisfied, maybe even get some new people. And, I've noticed that people love guys that are showing their faces on their channel more often, right? Not just that once or twice a week. Like if you're there almost every single day and you can be reliable to be on at a certain time, people are going to continue to fuck with you and keep coming back. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Uh, I'm thinking 4 p.m. Eastern pretty much every weekday other than Friday, because again, um, obviously, that's the day that I have my Ultimate Win show, and then Saturdays, which is when I have my Fight Day live chat. So, if you are a subscriber of this channel, I promise you, you got a ton of content coming your way, and a lot of it is going to be viewer friendly, viewer driven, live chat driven, I should say as well. So, yeah, just want to throw that out there. All right, let me wet my whistle real quick. I'll drop what my bets are, and then we'll get into the live chat, which is what this is all about. All right, so let's get into the bets that I have. I got 7 bets on this card, one of them being a 3-leg parlay, but I feel pretty damn good about the majority of these spots, and a couple of them I'm against the grain, as somebody had commented on my my post as soon as I dropped it on Twitter. But again, I feel quite confident about them. So, first of which, lock of the night play, I'm going to go Volkan Oezdemir at -155. I'm a little bit peeved considering money has come in on Paul Craig since I made that bet, and actually now it seems to be going back the other way. I saw Volkan around -140, -145 yesterday. Now it's back up to the -150, -155 range. So pretty much where I'm at in terms of when I pulled the trigger. Love him in this spot. Think unless he tangles with Paul Craig on the ground, which a lot of the last couple opponents of Paul Craig have done, he should be safe and eventually he should be able to find that knockout as well. I'm not worried either if this fight goes the full 50 minutes because he should be the one that will be landing the more significant strikes and he should be fine again unless he goes into the guard of Paul Craig. How does Paul Craig get this fight to the ground? And again, people keep doing it. Nikita Krylov, you know, springing the mousetrap, playing in the guard a little bit too long of Paul Craig, and then obviously Jamal Hill doing this exact same thing. As long as Volkan Ozdemir does not have uh, that stupidity in him, with all due respect to the other guys, he should be able to win this fight. Dog of the night play, 1 unit on Charles Johnson at plus 360. I know it's an outlandish while to take, but it's a spot that I'm willing to pull the trigger on, especially on such a big underdog, in a spot that I expect to be a lot closer than that. Mukayev will, he should win. Like he should be the favorite in this spot, but I don't think that he's going to be winning at the clip that the odds currently indicate. So give me the Charles Johnson spot at 1 unit at plus 360. Here's another one that seems to be a little bit against the grain now. 3.24 units on Jack Hermanson at minus 108. Feel pretty convicted in this spot. I don't think he's going to be as much of a fish out of water as people expect him to be on this in the striking, but I do think he'll be able to drag this fight into the spots where he will find most success, whether it's with the grappling or the clinch or just using his size, frame, and strength to outmuscle Chris Curtis. So I think the Cinderella story of Chris Curtis comes to a close, unfortunately, and he should go back to 170 pounds where he'll likely have the majority of his success. I also have 3.5 units on the under 3.5 on the main event, as I'm expecting either an early Tom Aspinall finish or a finish by Curtis Blaydes by at least round 3 once Tom Aspinall starts huffing and puffing. I love that spot. You can, if you don't want to be as greedy, you can just take the fight doesn't go to decision. I'd be surprised if this fight hits the fourth round, but hopefully we don't have to get to that point. Another spot is 1.83 units on Jonathan Pierce straight up at minus 183. I think that this is a great matchup for him. Again, similar to Volkan Ozdemir, stay away from the submission game of Amir Khani. Although Jonathan Pierce, plays himself into it by using his takedowns. He averages almost 6 takedowns per 15 minutes. It could end up happening here, but I feel confident enough in his submission defense that he should be able to stay out of those and wear on Amir Khani, possibly get him out of there late in this fight or win this fight by decision. I also have this one kind of struck me um because I saw the fight doesn't go to decision around minus 185 on most spots. But then last night I looked on Pinnacle and they have the Ludovic Klein and Mason Jones under 2.5 at minus 122. That line is probably gone by now, but very surprised that it was so low. So I had to take an individual shot on that. I got 1.5 units at minus 122 there, fully expecting violence in that spot. I fully expected to be Mason Jones that ends up getting his hand raised that night, but this obviously covers a potential Ludovic Klein KO, which he's absolutely capable of. So I got 1.5 units there. Then I do have another 2 unit parlay that includes a fight doesn't go to decision for Ludovic Klein and Mason Jones, which means all in all, I have 3.5 units at least staked in that fight to finish under 2.5 rounds. I have the fight doesn't go to decision parlayed with Mark D. Casey as well as Jai Herbert and Kyle Nelson to not go the distance. 2 units to win, 2 units at plus 160. So there we go, guys. All right. Let us see what the live chat is saying, and then we'll yeah, that's what we're here for the live chat, right? Near the ending of this, I'll obviously drop the totals parlay for you guys. So stand by, I should say. Troy Noak saying thank you for making these right before the event. No worries. Usually they're at 1 p.m. Eastern for like a 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. start, but obviously today we have to make an exception, but I truly appreciate it. Brock saying, yeah, yo, what's going on, my brother? Love the early cards. Joshua Frick's not liking the early cards. Brock saying, not trying to stay up all night. Exactly. ESTers. That's usually what it is for us. Ruger Kev in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Mahler 138 said, I wish the cards can always be this early or at least 3 p.m. Eastern latest. I agree. That's what the PSTers get, right? PSTers normally get that 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. start time. We should get it every now and then. Think about the ESTers, folks. Joshua Frick saying it's either going to be a great day or a terrible day with the early card. Probably. I do have a 5-year-old's birthday party to go to after this, but I'm looking forward to it. I got my cousins from Montreal and all that stuff coming, and should be a fun time tonight. But hopefully, I can go into it with a genuine smile after cashing some big tickets tonight. Lance is saying, imagine Jordan winning and triggering on Paddy's face in London. That would be absolutely hilarious, but we shall see. Brock saying no ref is letting anyone trick on anyone's face. Probably. DXJC saying ARQ for the lols who you got between uh Luis Pena and Ill Will Brooks on X MMA card. Is that tonight? Because I did see the odds for that. It is a closely lined fight. Yeah, holy shit, that is tonight. Uh Eileen Will Brooks, honestly, I see that you can get him at evens on Bet Online. I lean the Will Brooks side, especially with everything that Luis Pena has going on with him. Not a bad spot. I don't know. I haven't really done the tape. I'm not sure what their actual form looks like at this moment in time. But early lane, I guess, would be Will Brooks there. Andre Harrison, the forever chalk in that spot. Sasha Plaknikov at minus 350. That's an interesting one. Wow, Teruta Ishihara is fighting on this card. Interesting. Ooh, Impa Kasanganai versus Jared Gooden. Honestly had no idea this card was coming up, nor that half of these guys were fighting. Austin Hubbard minus 700 against Julian Lane. Wow, that's crazy. Chris Beal is still fighting. He's a plus 300 dog to Josh Reddinghouse, I believe, who was on The Ultimate Fighter, who also has a win over Sergey Morzov, if I'm not mistaken. Colin Anglin minus 300. Crazy. Wow. Decent card for an XMMA card. Appreciate the shout there, DXJC. Vinny G in the chat. What's going on, my friend? Unknown. What if it's the ref from Masvidal Askren? He'll probably allow him to do whatever he wants. Evo Steph in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by. Ryan Lozano saying if you're taking Blaydes, you can get plus 330 parlay 2.5 over. I don't know even if it goes over 2.5, honestly. Brock saying teabag, Patty finish less than 5%. We shall see. Craig looked huge beside Osman. He is a big guy, and that's something a lot of people overlook, but I still don't think it's going to play much of a factor into this, if I'm being honest. Mahler138 saying, I love the Johnson take. 6,700 on DraftKings. Worth the shot. Yeah, I mean, he'll probably be low owned. Not a lot of people believing in his skill set or also just really drinking the Kool-Aid on Makayev, which I get it. The kid is exciting. The kid is a solid prospect, but this could be his first legitimate test, right? Cody Durden was a test, and he passed it with flying colors. But the only thing is, we didn't get to see that fight truly play out, and that's the issue that I have with it. Give me 1 second, folks. My nose is dripping a little bit. I don't know what it is. I did wake up just about 45 minutes ago, so let me just clear my nose real quick, and I'll be right back. Give me 30 seconds. All right, we back. Apologies for that. Nose is not feeling good this morning, but we'll see how it goes. Brock saying boo Hermanson. Apologies that I got to be on that side. Stockholder saying whack. Lance like Jackie and winning on a CSC Patty, just scraping out by decision. Buffo on the beat saying luck. I'm taking the plunge on Gus inside the distance. I would just take Gus straight up, my friend. He's already at a great line at plus 180. What is he sitting at now? If he's sitting at plus 200, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a shot. Yeah, line is holding steady around plus 175, plus 180. Unknown saying I lived in Vegas for a little while, so much better sports fan wise than East Coast. I believe it. I believe it. But there are great fans on the East Coast as well. Don't get me wrong. But timing wise, it's obviously better on the West Coast. Ryan saying not going to be buzzed up at the BD party. Probably. I'm looking forward to it. Buffalo saying, did you bet the Patty Teabag prop? I did not. I don't have access to whatever bookie that is. Joshua Frick saying, "Lock, does late line movement affect any of your betting? And can I get a shout out for my DK breakdown on Twitter? Thanks for always being a great dude. Make sure you guys check out my guy Josh Frick. I believe his Twitter handle is jfrick87. Make sure you guys hit him up with some love. Show him some love. Like I said, late line movement doesn't really affect too much unless there's like a crazy line movement. Like I said, if Gustafson got up to like plus 200, plus 220 or whatever the hell it is, maybe I'd take a shot there. But like in terms of like confidence or hedging or anything like that, I can't remember the last time that late line movement did any of that to me. Good question though. Sean Gahn saying $400 on Chris Curtis and $100 long shot on goalies should be a 50-50-ish brawl. I totally agree on the latter half of that, but unfortunately, I hope that you lose those $400 on Chris Curtis. Sean Gahn saying, think it will have a twerk instead of a teabag. Interesting. Rex Lee in the chat. Appreciate you, my friend, saying Patreon bets looking solid. I'm hoping that they come through. Evo stuff saying Patty feels like some weird UFC Nelk promo fighter, and I hate it. He's a gimmick. Pretty much what Molly McCann is as well, right? And I said it last night on my Ultimate Weigh-In show that the best thing to happen for uh Molly McCann is Patty the Batty, right? Who gave a fuck about Molly McCann before that? Nobody. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either, but it is what it is. They need eyeballs, right? They need eyeballs. Sean Gahn saying, now let me clear my thought. You already know. JC saying Mokai will win via decision robbery. We all know UFC wants him to win, and it's in London. Don't waste your money on Johnson. I don't ever like that is such a lazy narrative, in my opinion. The UFC wants him to win. If the UFC got what they always wanted, Conor McGregor would be fucking triple champion at this point in time, right? Anderson Silva would, or actually not Anderson Silva, sorry, John Jones would not be fucking around and doing what he's doing. Um, you know, Cyril Gahn would have, or sorry, Francis Ngannou would have won the first title fight against Stipe Miocic. Cyril Gahn would have won the title fight against Francis Ngannou because of the relationship that Francis has with the UFC. Robbery decision, I understand because judges might be swayed because of the London crowd, but like those are no reasons for me to not take Charles Johnson because the UFC wants the other guy to win. At the end of the day, these guys got to get in the cage and they got to scrap. So the UFC wants him to win narrative is so infuriating to me that people use that as a justification to bet. What are they going to do inside the cage? That's what matters. Lee Ginsburg saying thoughts on Patty long-term future in the UFC. I think average at best doesn't come close to top 10. Bingo, sir. I'm right there with you. Like, you don't even have to ask that question. That's exactly what I feel. He'll be fun. He'll be entertaining, but I don't think he comes near gold, to be honest. Vinny G saying it's not pulling in the Northeast, brothers of mine, same way right now. My right nostril is chalked. Well, I got to get it cleared for sure. Mario Burrell saying Uzmir, Paddy Aspinall, O'Malley, KO. Let's get it. This guy's really big on O'Malley finishing Piotr Jan. Still got a couple months before that, but we'll see. Jared Curry saying Mokaev being lined closer against Durden than he is against Johnson is crazy, given the difference in quality between them. Not like we learned all that much about Mock last time out. Exactly. People get so crazy about like guys getting quick finishes, but to me, what's more impressive is going out there and beating a guy over 15 minutes, right? That's why we continue to get Andre Fiallo at like these stupid chalk odds, even against a guy like Jake Matthews. People love finishes. People love knockouts. That's what they determine as dominant. That is not dominant to me. That is impressive, but show me you can do that over 15 minutes, especially if you're not able to finish your opponent. Stephen Welch saying, I'm really starting to lean on the side of Gustafson being back, taking a shot on first round KO. Again, as I said to somebody earlier, I don't think you need to get greedy with the props here. Plus 180, plus 175 is not that bad of a line either. Jake Noker, shout out to my guy over there at BetQL. Shout out to my guy Sean Levine. And I hate that the other guy's name is escaping me right now, but I love hanging out with those guys. Craig plus 140 juicy odds. Good luck. I'm fully on the Volkan Oezdemir train. Uncle Weezy in the chat. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Jack9940 saying, my hot take is Molly by sub round 3. A gas Goldie getting lit up on the feed. She'll use the last of her strength, which are full up lactic acid for a takedown and get caught. we'll see. I didn't know Molly McCann was freaking Charles Oliveira all of a sudden, but we'll see how that goes down. Stephen Wilt saying Levitt has no striking and Pimmer is just equally as good in the grappling department. Patty should be like minus 400. This won't be close. I get Patty is good with his grappling. I don't think he's as bad as most people are making it out to be, but I would say that Levitt has the advantage in those spots. We shall see. T-Rex saying, "Hey, Locke, what are your favorite dogs?" Well, my dog of the night play is Charles Johnson. Love the line there. Can't believe it's up to plus four. Oh, sorry, I was looking at Charles Rosa there. Charles Johnson, yeah, plus 400 on certain spots. I got plus 360 because I was starting to see more people take him. And again, that's not why I bet Charles Johnson, but that's why I bet him at that moment because I expect more people to start betting Charles Johnson, realizing the difference. How close, maybe not how close, but like closer the odds should be, which is why I expected the line to get closer to plus 300 by fight time, but now it's up at plus 400. Wish I waited, is what it is. Other dogs that are live, I think there are some live dogs on this card. Victoria Leonardo, in terms of official bets, I've only bet Charles Johnson as an underdog. Other spots I was considering as underdogs, Victoria Leonardo plus 100. I was considering Hannah Goldie. I expect that fight to be closer than people expect. Gustafson is the other one I was considering, and Curtis Blaydes. But I'm done fading Tom Aspinall. I'm semi fading him with the under 3.5 here, but we'll see how that goes. Evo Steph saying Hermansson's performance against Strickland has ruined all potential betting on his side for me. Let's go, Chris. Again, I keep seeing that narrative, but like Strickland and Curtis are sure they're both strikers, but they're different types of strikers with different frames. Strickland has a mean jab and he's able to utilize his range and his frame a lot better for that type of style. Whereas Chris Curtis really needs to be inside the pocket to really have true success. Again, Curtis could absolutely win this fight, but I'm not a big fan of. Whoa, Jack Hermansson lost to Marvin Vettori and Sean Strickland. Those guys are legitimate 185ers. Chris Curtis is a guy that's kind of struck gold, fighting at 185 pounds on short notice. At a certain point, it's going to come to an end. Ryan Lozano is saying, "All right, is there many first round finishes as last London card? How many finishes were on the last London card? Because there's the potential for it." EO stuff saying UFC doesn't select the judges either. Just saying exactly people that know. Thank you, Evo. Mahler138 saying greatest uncle of all time has just arrived. I agree. John Darville saying, "What up, man? Preet? Just stopping by to show some love. Appreciate it, my friend. Check this out. I have a 20 leg parlay, and Jordan Levitt is the last leg. If he wins, I win 120K. Pray for me. Do you think I have a shot? I don't know, man. I don't think you have a shot. I would hedge the fuck out of that. I would absolutely hedge that." Jack9940 saying every fight not to go to decision is 3,300 to 1. Field atmosphere will increase the chance of violence, so why not? Good luck on that, my friend. Ruger Kev saying thoughts on Blaydes Aspinall over 1.5, looking to add to a parlay. I'm scared of that, man. Aspinall has that early fight ending power. I think you might be getting a little greedy with that over 1.5, honestly. I'd look to take the unders, like under 4.5, or if fight doesn't go to decision. I personally have 3.5, but like I could see why people might be sketched out by that. But yeah. Urban Man in New Jersey saying, I don't know, Locke. Vulcan looked kind of shook of Craig. I don't think he looks shook. He just always looks like that. Like, search up pictures of Volkan Oezdemir. The guy just always looks like he has a little bit of a scared face on him. Just look at it. And again, weigh-in stare downs are not going to sway me. Jack9440 saying Craig and Amir Khan both by round one sub 60 to 1. High probability of victory for both of those fighters. I could see it, but I'm actually betting against both guys. Brendan Tobin, yes. Shout out to my guy, Brendan Tobin. Sorry, fuck. I don't know why that was escaping me. JC saying Dolby 3027. Absolutely possible. Urban Man in New Jersey saying, Locke, can you show me a Canadian dollar? I do not have any Canadian dollars on me at the moment. Jared Curry is saying if you want to waste a quarter, you can do worse than Claudio, Mach 1, Craig round 1 sub parlay. Wow, crazy. Yeet man saying great takes. Love ya as always. Chaos Wolves. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, let me take these last couple questions and then I'm going to drop the totals parlay for you and then I'm out of here. I gotta go pick up the wife from an appointment she just had actually as well. RTG saying how long until the prelims start? You got an hour and a half, my friend. Ricky Chow saying I think Craig's luck will run out. He loses most fights until the Hair Mary sub hits. Hard to count on submission victories, even by better jiu players and wrestlers than Craig. I agree. JC saying O'Malley plus 300, great spot. He can bang 2 of the 3 rounds against Yan, possibly. Victor Chan saying thing you think Patty wins inside the distance. I do. Evil Steph, excited to see O'Malley get beat up later. Unknown saying Curtis is more of a phone booth boxer than a rangy distance striker. Unknown knows what's up. Appreciate that. Dave Goodrich saying, do you like Jay Pierce? I do. I have a straight bet on him myself. Tristan Sherrill saying, Brighton early morning, 7:25 a.m. Should we add one new live bet JSP after round one? It's a smart thing to do, in my opinion. I think it would be the smart thing to do, especially if you're still getting a good line on it. Joshua Frick saying, Lock, did you sprinkle Leonardo by decision or third round finish? I have not, but even her straight up, I think is safe enough. Jared Curry saying, telling a dude with 120K on the line today that he's fucked seems like a con of this job, but somebody's got to do it. Exactly. Especially if that last leg is Jordan Levitt. Excuse me. Jeremy Wallen, appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Tio took it saying, Lock, what's up, bro? How we feeling today? Amazing. Always when it's an early fight card. I love it. I love it. I love it. AOEP3 saying Drake has a parlay of Molly and Patty. I think we got to stop with the whole Drake Hurst thing, right? Hasn't he won his like last handful of bets? I think it's over with now. Seth Jones saying, other than Uzmir, who is your other most confident pick? I really like the under 3.5 in the main event. Fight doesn't go to decision if you want. I really like Jack Hermanson as well. Again, that's a pick that's kind of against the grain here, but I very much do like him in that spot. Bad News Bandit saying, is there a lock of the night pick? I'm going with Volkan Oezdemir. I got 5 units at minus 155. Cole Stein saying Mason Jones inside the distance with Volkan inside the distance. I like it. Again, Volkan, I would rather play straight up. Like I could see him winning a 15-minute, kickboxing spot while Paul Craig continues to try to initiate the grappling and Volkan just stays away from it. That could eat up time on the clock. If Curtis gets the job tonight, would he be the greatest Cinderella story in MMA? I don't know, man. I think the greatest story would have to go all the way to like get a title shot or something like that. I'm trying to think of somebody else who's kind of seen that, but like, I don't know. I don't think so. DXJC saying would have gone from being on XMMA 2 headline versus Ben Saunders, headline by Saunders versus Ramsey, to being top 10 middleweight in the UFC. That short of time, I guess it. Urban Man, New Jersey. I don't even think they'll offer a cash show for the 120K parlay. Wow. Yeah, that's true. MMA history, maybe. Evo Steph, if you can come up with another person that had a better Cinderella story than Curtis, I'd love to hear it. Again, I'm not saying that Curtis does, but we'll see. 718 Hustle saying thanks for the lock talk before the fight, so I appreciate it. All right. JC saying Hedges Vulcan bet was Craig sub round one. I'm a ride till the wheels fall off. Urban Men in New Jersey saying a value on Dabira. I don't think so, man. The guy, it's the blueprint is out there to beat him. It's going to come down to DKC being able to execute it, which I think he'll be able to do. All right, let me quickly drop the totals parlay for you guys here, and then I'm out of here. Again, fights kick off in an hour and a half. Don't get caught napping. All right, totals parlay. Let's go. It is a 7-legger. There we go. Mandy Baum, Victoria Leonardo over 2.5. Klein Jones under 2.5. Wood Rosa over 2.5. DKC Hadzovic over 2.5. McCann Goldie over 2.5. Pimblett Levitt under 2.5. Aspinall Blaydes under 3.5. Sorry. Once again, Mandy Baum, Victoria Leonardo over 2.5. Klein Jones under 2.5. Wood Rosa over 2.5. DKC Hadzovic over 2.5. McCann Goldie over 2.5. Pimblett Levitt under 2.5. And Aspinall Blaydes under 3.5. All right. Yeah, DXJC with a solid spot here. Sarah would probably be the better story given the tough run. Again, Sarah skill wise was not up there compared to what Chris Curtis has skill wise, in my opinion. Like both of those guys at their peak, I think Chris Curtis probably beats him, pound for pound speaking, right? All right. Appreciate you guys joining me as always. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe before you guys get on out of here. I will be back Monday to drop the MMA Lawcast for you guys nice and early for UFC 277. Pretty much halfway through the card already. Should be able to wrap it up by Sunday, Monday morning, and then drop it by Monday evening. So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for that. And then Tuesday, actually, you know what? Monday, I'll probably start it. I do have renovations starting here. They're redoing my kitchen. So we'll see how much the banging and stuff is going to affect my ability to do a live stream while they're doing it. But I want to do a daily live stream for you guys whenever I don't have any other show going on my channel, that is. So that, again, as I said at the top of the stream, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I want to do a 4 p.m. Eastern lock talk, just taking questions, fucking with you guys and just chatting with you guys as much as possible, as often as possible as well. So keep your eyes locked on that. All right. Good luck on all your bets today, folks. And we will catch up with you guys on Monday. Peace out.